I'm sick of people spending so much time, money, and energy and resources just into the gym, lifting heavy ass weights. Like, let me put into perspective for you. Like, cause I've always been like a skinny guy, so I really like wanted to work out when I was young, and I worked out for years, right? Because I was very skinny and insecure, and I just wanted to get bigger and stronger, right? That's just how we all kind of got into it, right? You wanted to improve, you wanted to get bigger, you wanted to get stronger. You were like, you didn't like the way you look. The way I started working out was I looked at myself and I'm like, I don't like the way I look, man. I'm like super skinny. I can see my ribs and stuff, and it's like, I don't feel good in my body right now. So you eat more and you work out so you can change that. And at the start it wasn't all bad, but somewhere along the line, you know, it became like an addiction. And like I was doing push-ups every second day, and if I missed one day, I was like pissed off, even though it doesn't even affect anything. Like but that's just the level of you could actually get addicted to working out. You know what I mean? So I understood that ages ago when I was a young teenager. So I realized that back then. Before I knew it, like I didn't even really notice it, but I had body dysmorphia. You know what I mean? Like it's this never-ending thing where you're never good enough. Like no matter how many times you work out or how many years or how much effort you put, it's not never good enough. You're never happy. You're never happy with yourself. You know what I mean? You feel good when you work out, you have that runner's high and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's the same old loop of just like work out, work out, work out, just dissatisfied, insecure, or whatever. I need to get bigger, bigger, bigger. Like it doesn't even, it comes to a point where it's just like it's not fun, it's not enjoyable. You're just in this perpetual loop of exertion and suffering. I feel like there's some weird thing where like it just becomes this thing where it's just mental illness. Like it's not actually a productive thing that you're doing. um, because but I didn't go so far as to hurt my body, because my whole mindset was just to be consistent and have longevity. Because my idea was that if I enjoyed doing it, I would want to do it forever, right? For as long as possible, right? In the years to come, right? Because that's like the normal thing, right? But then I see these guys who like hurt themselves or exert themselves, even though they're injured, even though they can't even rotate their rotator cuff or their shoulder or their elbow or whatever injury, the lower back or whatever it is, and you're going so far, you're literally like destroying your body in the name of gains. And I never understood that, even though I was like I was in that kind of just like a young guy, like we all were or are, and wanting to get bigger. But for some reason, it might have just been my personal circumstance and life experience that led me to that way of thinking, of just like be more consistent and longevity, because I've seen people who've permanently injured their bodies lifting. So it's like when you have that to go off, you're like, oh, okay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go so far where I end up permanently injured, right? No, I don't want us anyone to have to go through that. So I always thought about longevity, and when I was feeling some sort of discomfort, my elbows inflamed, or I sprained something, I pushed myself here, it's not feeling 100%, I don't want to risk it. I wouldn't risk it. I'll just take the time off, weeks, even if it's months, because deep down I knew in my heart that I'll get back into it eventually anyways. And I'm like, yeah, I'll lose some gains, but I'll just get them back anyways. And that's the thing. It's like I've come to a realization recently where it's like, yeah, like what are you doing this for? You know what I mean? Because I got caught up in it, and I'm like, yeah, it's just like tough work. Like it's like a lot in terms of staying on top of your workouts, schedule, diet, all the calories, counting everything, doing this workout in this day on this thing. It's like such a regimented thing. It's like not fun. It's like a part-time job. And then it's like, for what? Like, what do you even get out of it? If you stop working out, you lose all the gains anyways, so they're not even permanent. And if you're exerting yourself and using up all your energy in such a way, like, what do you have to show for it? Like, you lift 4 plates worth of something, but like, never in my entire life I needed that strength, or I needed to lift 4 plates of anything ever, let alone 2 plates or whatever. The most I've carried is just like couches, furnitures, a couch or cabinet, TV cabinet, you know what I mean? That's like the heaviest thing. But with 2 people, or 2 people, I mean, like, I feel like you don't even need to work out to lift that stuff. It's not even that heavy. And anything heavier than that, you should be working as a team anyways, and have a few boys to help you. You know what I mean? That's why we have brains and a mouth, right? To freaking organize things, communicate things, and make life a bit easier. There's no need to be lifting all that weight for anything, right? For any circumstance. Of course there's situations where you need to be strong in certain jobs, or you know what I mean? I understand that, but that isn't 99% of people. That's circumstance. That's based on different circumstances of people's lives, right? Like, that's talking more in like just like a vague sense of just like working out in general. But it makes sense. Like, if you're an athlete, then obviously you need to train. If you're making millions of dollars, like, just it makes sense, right? But if you're doing it for free, for nothing, it's like dumb, right? Like, unless you're making money off it, I can't say it's like a good use of your energy. I think it's actually important because, like I said before, listen very closely, I've never needed that strength of like deadlifting 4 plates, or squatting 4 plates, or lifting 50 kilos of of anything. And I'm not even that strong of a guy, you know what I mean? So it's like, if I've been able to be fine and work and lift things, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you guys will be fine. So, surely a lot of you guys will be stronger than me anyways. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I'm able to manage fine, lifting furniture or doing a physical job, you know what I mean? Like, it's not super necessary. I mean, I'm not saying don't move around, don't move your body, don't do any exercise. Of course, we've got to stay in shape and move, and a lot of us live sedentary lifestyles where we're sitting down a lot. So yeah, moving around, getting your body moving is great, absolutely. But what I'm saying is that we've got to ask ourselves this question, like, what are we working out for? You know what I mean? Is this, where is this going towards, like, all this effort? If you're not making money as like a creator, like a fitness channel, or an athlete, or actually like making bank from it, it's like, and I haven't even gotten into the drugs or the supplements or all that stuff, which also is bad for your health and is encouraged. Like, it's like openly just, you can just, it's illegal, but like, everyone's doing it. Like, it's like, I don't even understand that at all. It's like, if you're making $0 and you're just working out for what? Like, it doesn't even go to anything. You don't even need it to actually like be in society. Like, you don't ever need to lift hundreds of kilos of anything, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, what's the point? Where is that coming towards? Just want you to ask that question. You can do whatever with your life, but I'd hate to see people who will permanently damage their health and their bodies. You know what I mean? Like, because I was in that situation as well. You know what I mean? So I understand where our mind's at. I understand that perspective because I was that guy before. Coming to the realization now, it just clicked for me, right? Like, I was just like, that's why I just never really wanted to push myself that hard. Like, that's why I never pushed through the injuries, because I just thought it was like I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, The whole purpose is to, for me, my mindset was to have health and longevity. You know what I mean? But a lot of people I see have like the opposite. Like, let's just get gains no matter what, or I don't want to die skinny or some shit. Like, you're gonna be dying. Like, I want you to be alive on Earth for a long time, dude. Yes, you. I want you to be alive, for years to come. I don't want you to be passing away early. I don't want you to be lifting yourself into an early wheelchair or something. Like, come on now, Your life is worth a lot more than just fucking plates of weights destroying your freaking joints and stuff. I hope you can understand where it's coming from, like when I speak about this. It's not from a place of hate, it's just a place of understanding, and like understanding, like thinking about it and being a bit more aware and asking yourself that question. And believe me, I can get a lot more brutal. I'm also not that interested in working out and gaining a bunch of weight. I mean, I was a little bit heavier back years ago. Yeah, I'm just not interested in being like a chubby baby, like a man-child baby, like for the sake of gains. You know what I mean? Like bulking for the sake of gains. Yeah, I'm against bulking. If you're bulking, snap out of it. You know what I mean? And what I'm trying to say is, like, this is what I looked like before, years ago when I was younger, and then when I was working out a bit more, doing some home exercises. Like, I don't go to the gym anymore. I haven't for years, since I was a teenager. This is what I look like. I'm not big, but I'm certainly not out of shape. I'm fit, I'm healthy. Like, that's what all that matters, and that's what I want for you as well. That's why I've never preached it on the channel to like lift weights and stuff like that, because I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, everything that I do on the channel, everything that I upload is from my own experiences, what works for me, and what I preach is what I practice, And that's what I always talk about in my videos, in my past videos. But yeah, I just wanted to cut in real quick. But yeah, anyways, like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this. Dislike the video if you dislike it. Comment whatever you want. I'm all about that free speech, baby. You already know. I love to hear what you guys think. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.